guys, and welcome to a super exciting video. So today I am at Bransby Horses, so a lovely horse sanctuary, and I'm going to be giving you an idea of what a day in the life is like here, especially leading up to Christmas, for all of the amazing horses. There are about just over 300 horses on site here. They also have some in foster care. So let's jump straight into the video and go over what a day in the life is like here at Bransby Horses. So for those of you that haven't heard of Bransby Horses, it's actually one of the UK's largest equine welfare charities, and you can actually come and visit them here in Lincoln. It was founded in 1968 by Mr. Peter Hunt, and it's currently responsible for more than 900 equines, many of whom have come from situations of neglect and mistreatment. And Bransby Horses is dedicated to improving the lives of these horses, donkeys and mules, so with public support the charity is working harder than ever to continue making positive differences to equines whenever they can. And today I'm going to be giving you an insight into some of the amazing work they do on a daily basis. And the first job that we've got this morning is to head over to the donkey barn and give them their breakfast. So as I mentioned, Bransby Horses isn't just horses, it is donkeys and mules also, and they have two lovely groups of donkeys. At the front here we have the males, and I've been kindly drafted in to giving them the breakfast and help skipping them out this morning.
And then, yeah, that's William and little Patchy. Come on, Patchy! Come on! Come on! Good boy.
So as you may notice that some of the donkeys have different coloured buckets. That's because some of them are obviously on medication due to the backgrounds they've come from or due to their age or anything like that. So once all the donkeys are quite happy and they're eating their morning breakfast, we then go round them and just give them a stroke and feel them all over. Basically just check that they're doing alright, check that they've not got any lumps and bumps, and also it gets them used to being handled, especially around their food. And I think William particularly, so the larger one, really enjoyed this. So I was mainly feeding William and Apache. So Apache is the tiny little one, and he was a little bit grumpy this morning, but aren't we all first thing in the morning? So once all the boys had been fed, it was then time to move on to the girls at the back of the barn. So they were given their feeds, and once they were all nice and settled, we went in with all the mucking out gear to skip them out. So as you can see, they've got a really big bed of straw here, so we're just skipping them out, removing all of the poo from that and cleaning up the front. So the donkeys are very much used to us being around and skipping them out. As you can see, they're quite happy for us to do this while they're just munching away on their breakfast. And as you all know from watching my videos, skipping out is not something unusual to me, so I just grabbed a fork and got stuck in. But of course the girls couldn't miss out on lots of love and scratches as well, so I did have to stop every few minutes to give them some attention. It's actually really lovely being around donkeys, because obviously I don't have a donkey of my own, but it's definitely something I'm actually going to consider for the future after meeting these guys. And if, like me, you've kind of fallen in love with donkeys, you can always help them out by sponsoring them. So Matilda, who we've met today, and Nipper are both sponsorship stars, so that means you can actually go ahead and sponsor them on the Bransby website for as little as £3 a month, meaning you'll receive regular updates. You'll also get a photo of them, a little gift, and a VIP invitation to any events they have on site. And it's such a great way of supporting the donkeys and all the amazing work they do here to take care of them. So once we'd done skipping them out and their bed was nice and clean, the donkeys gave it the seal of their approval by having a nice little roll in the nice fresh straw that they had. While some of them were going for seconds for breakfast, stealing a little bit of food from the other donkeys' bowls. And that is the donkeys done for this morning, guys. So then it was time to head over to meet a very special horse, but on the way I got to walk around a little bit of the sanctuary here at Lincoln, and there's so many cute horses and mules and animals as you're walking around. It's just such a lovely place, and I was very, very jealous of the lovely paddocks that they all had. So we made our way up to a top paddock where quite a large herd lives here at Bransby, and I was meeting a very special pony called Aphrodite. Hi guys, so this is Aphrodite, and she's got quite a sad backstory, but due to her time here at Bransby, she's doing amazing, as you can see. So 7 months ago, this lovely little horse came in and was very emaciated, really not the condition she's in now. And due to that, she actually had ragwort poisoning and liver damage. So she's currently under the vet, and that's being treated as well. But yeah, look at her, 7 months on here, and she's doing amazing. She's such a lovely little mare as well, aren't you? So it really goes to show the absolute hard work that the team puts in here at Bransby, that they've managed to transform this little mare in just 7 months from being emaciated and really, really underweight to being the amazing condition that she's in today. And I very luckily got to do part of her daily routine, which is to take her on a little walk around the site. Now she's actually kind of getting on the opposite side of the body condition score and gaining a little bit too much weight. Obviously she's not too bad, but some of the other horses here do come in actually obese, which is a large issue that we don't actually think about too much in the equestrian world. We're used to seeing emaciated horses and straight away thinking that that's a welfare issue, but sometimes we need to also start thinking about a horse that's obese is also just as much as a welfare issue as a horse that is underweight. So here they do what they token fat club or weight watchers, and we walk the horses round just to get them used to sort of being exercised a little bit. It's nice and gentle exercise for them. You know, it's nothing too strenuous, especially if you do have a horse that is very much on the larger side and that obviously their joints and things like that can't take lunging. And as well as having a little bit of exercise, this is great enrichment for them, and it just makes them a lovely, well-rounded horse. That means that they're used to things, it means they're used to being led and having a head collar on, which obviously a lot of horses that come in aren't used to that, so it's taken a lot of time and patience to get them to this stage. And I will talk to you a little bit later about the process the horses go through here at Bransby to reach this stage of being handled, because obviously some come in very feral. Here you go, good girl. And that's her walk done for the day. Good girl. So my next job as part of the day in the life was to go and prepare the donkeys' feeds for the next day. So I was doing the male donkeys, and each donkey gets 100 grams of donkey balancer just popped into their bucket. Now obviously some of them do have specialist diets, but for the majority of them they have this, and then they also have half a scoop of supplement. Now this is for their feet. And they just have one scoop, half a scoop each. It was very strange making up someone else's feeds, that's for sure. And then for Nero, who is one of the donkeys who's a bit more particular, he gets some molasses or he refuses to eat his tea. And then I had the job of making what they call here at Bransby the horse butties. Now these are medicated sandwiches basically, so we popped some bute in there mixed with some molasses for any of the horses that need this for various reasons. And something that's really cool is that they put an initial on each piece of bread so that they know which horse it's for. Now, I'm not going to lie, there's something very satisfying about mixing molasses and butte into a sandwich, and I'm quite the, professional butty maker now, although I think I do need to work a little bit on my letters. And then I signed off to say that I had made all of those, and that was the feeds done for today. So as well as feeding and looking out, the horses here also have vet visits just like ourselves, and that is part of, just the daily goings on here at Bransby. Okay guys, so I'm here with the on-site vet Lara, and we're going to give one of the Shetlands a bit of an MOT, see how they're doing.
So this is Piper. He is one of our older residents. He's 26. So every winter all of our golden oldies get a bit of a geriatric health check just to make sure that they're in tip-top condition, ready for the winter. We just like to keep a really close eye on these guys just because we know that they can lose a bit of weight coming into the winter when the grass goes, and we want to make sure that we are on top of any ongoing health conditions. Our oldies are especially prone to things like Cushing's, so we want to make sure we're keeping a really close eye on them so they can have the happiest possible retirement. So he can be a bit of a nervous chap sometimes with the vet, so we always just take everything really slowly with them. Hopefully he's in a good mood today.
So having on-site vets is what makes Bransby so special, because it means that these horses get all the care they need. No one goes without, but obviously it isn't cheap, and in just 6 months Bransby's horses vets bills can be over £40,000. so if you can help in any way guys, I'll be letting you all know at the end of this video what you can do to help in terms of sponsorship or donations or even just coming to visit. It really does all go towards an amazing cause, and Piper today passed his little health check and MOT with flying colours, but obviously there are a lot of horses here at Bransby that do need extra care and extra vet bills. And of course, to keep all of the horses in the best condition they can possibly be in, they do also need regular dentistry checks, so they have the veterinary dentist come out and check the horses, and we also got to see that today. So as well as the care the horses receive when they come into Bransby, I wanted to learn a bit more about their journey from when they first come in, and most of the time that starts after they've been health checked, and they then move on to the Peter Hunt Yard, which is where they experience handling, especially for those that have been mistreated. So we're going to head over there and find out a bit more about how they progress from being either feral or mistreated into the loving horses that we see on the yard today. So guys, I'm here at the Peter Hunt Yard, and this is where the horses come for their initial handling training, if they're feral, if they're not used to being handled, or obviously if they've been mishandled and are quite nervous. So this is Starburst. She's actually been here 3 years, and I'm going to speak to her handler about the progress she's made and where she came from.
So this is Starburst. So she's one of my handling projects here on the Peter Hunt Yard. So she's been with me now for 3 years. So it's taken me 3 years to get her gain and trust and everything. So when she came to me, I couldn't catch her. So everything was quite unpleasant for her. So I wanted to make everything a good experience. So that's when I turned to clicker training. So obviously some horsey people don't know what clicker training is. So what we do is we have a bit of feed or a treat, or we can reward them with a scratch. So when she's showing that behaviour I want, I click and reward. So that way it's kind of, we're not putting pressure on the horse, we're doing everything a natural way. And also that gained a really good trust and a bond with Starburst, because at the end of the day I really wanted a good outcome for her, and obviously everyone's safety as well. So I bring her up at least a couple of times a week, give her a brush, She also has socials with our farrier, our vets and everything, just so nobody's a stranger to her. So it's like us guys really. But she's really sweet. She's lovely. She's a bit filthy. So she's a grey mare.
So as you can see, Starburst has made such great progress in the 3 years that she's been here. She's more well behaved stood here than some of my horses at home. So that just goes to show, and I'm helping out with her daily groom today, so she gets a nice groom as part of the daily routine here at Bransby. So next I'm heading to the riding barn, and this is where, if the horses have successfully come through the Peter Hunt handling yard and are healthy to be ridden, they then come here to start their riding journey, and for a lot of them to be broken to be ridden. Okay, so Natasha is the team leader in the riding barn, and she's going to give us a bit more information about, you know, obviously the training and the progress that the horses have to go through here to become ridden, because obviously, just like Legend, he's coming feral and now he's been trained for riding. So I imagine that's quite a lot of hard work.
It is, yeah. Well, what we do is we have a team of vets on site that do a quick assessment of the horses and make sure they're as close to 100% healthy as possible and suitable for a ridden career, which is, we like to have anything under 8 years old.
Yeah.
So when the horses first come into us, we have the red, amber and then green stage, and we will work through each process until they have completed their final stages. We start with the red. Obviously, Legend has been with us now around 6 weeks.
Yeah.
He's been doing lots of long lining out and working the round pen. We actually assign an individual trainer to each horse. So he's now at the stage where we're actually putting a rider on him, and he will progress hopefully to hacking around site and just building up some confidence and life experience.
Wow.
Once he's completed that, that will be the end of the red stage. We would then move on to amber, which again would be adding school movements in, perhaps trailer work, looking at pole work, and just basically giving them more of a round overview for real life when they go to a home. Once the rider trainer has felt that area has been covered, they would move to the green stage, and that then really would be at the point where we'd be looking at getting the fosterer visits booked.
Wow, that's amazing. So today I'm very luckily going to get an insight into some of the training, and they had very kindly dressed some of the horses up for me today with a little bit of tinsel, which just goes to show how well behaved they are at this stage. So both these horses, this is Toulouse we have here, and the grey is Hoggle. They're both at the green stage now and are actually having foster visits, which is so exciting for them. If you are interested in possibly looking at rehoming a horse from Bransby, I'll be giving you a little bit of information further on that. But first, let's head to the school and see these guys in action.
So we have Hoggle here, the grey pony. He's a 7-year-old Connie Cross. He's actually at green stage now and has a foster visit again on Saturday, potentially to a pony club child, where he'll go and have lots of fun. He's a super boy. He takes everything in his stride. He's been in the riding barn roughly around 6 months. We have Toulouse. She has a foster visit on Sunday, but she's actually going to an adult that's wanting to do pleasure rides and hacking.
So as you can see, guys, the horses get a really well-rounded education. Natasha was even telling me that they put on little mini competitions here for the horses to simulate actual competitions. So Toulouse won the dressage the other day, but Hoggle did pretty well as well. And obviously today they did some pole work for me, even in the shape of a Christmas tree, which was amazing. It was just so great to see the bond that the riders obviously have built with these horses. And how hard they've worked on them to get them to this stage. Everyone here at Bransby, the team just puts in so much effort, and it's great to see that. So that is today's flat work and pole work lesson done with Toulouse and Hoggle, and now we're going to head back to the riding barn to get a bit more information on the rehoming process. So guys, I'm here in the riding barn, and I'm going to be talking to Rosanna about all the rehoming they do here, because she's a rehoming manager. We have the wonderful Legend here behind us, and she's just going to give us a little bit more information about rehoming and Legend as well.
So this is Legend. So Legend came to us a few years ago now as a foal, as part of a multi-organisational rescue that we did down on Bodmin Moor. So there were various charities involved, various organisations, because the numbers had got so high of the horses living essentially wild out in that area. It was necessary for us to find an option for them. So we took a small number in, mostly mares and foals, and Legend came to us, I believe he was quite young when he arrived, probably around 6 months to 12 months.
Oh wow.
We still have his dam, who is over on our handling yard, that's Truella. But yeah, so he's feral when he came in, needed a lot of work. It's taken a long time to get him to where he is. He'd never had any human contact before he came to the charity. So that whole group was a very big work in progress. But he's made it to the riding barn. He's gone through various yards here where we've developed his education, his handling, his familiarity and trust with humans. And now here he is in the riding barn, and we're hoping he'll be able to continue his education. And then once he's made it through, then we'll find him a lovely home with a lovely person, hopefully. So a number of horses on the website so that we can showcase what we have. So we have companions on there, we have ridden horses on there as well. We have over 300 horses on site, and a good 2/3 of those are probably eligible for rehoming as companions, if not riddens at some point. So we couldn't possibly put them all on because it would just be a huge labour of love. So what we do, we have our Perfect Partners application, which is a little bit different to what some other organisations do. What we ask people to do is submit exactly what they're looking for and what they can offer, and then we match our horses to their application. The premise behind it is that none of us are perfect, but we're all very, very lovable, including myself.
Get that perfect match.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about the matching. It's so important. And what we tend to find is that there is someone for everybody. We talk about everything we know about the horses. We call it the good, the bad and the ugly. So we give you a full overview of everything about that animal. All the great points, all the wonderful things, but also the things that are a little bit more challenging, so that no one gets any surprises when they go into the home. And that way we tend to find that we find our perfect matches, and they go out and they stay out in homes, which is really wonderful.
So guys, if you are interested in possibly rehoming one of the amazing equines they have here at Bransby Horses, be sure to head over to their website after this video. All of the links will obviously be in the description. You can have a quick browse and see a small selection of the companion and ridden horses available, but please remember that not all the horses looking for a new home are advertised on their website, so be sure to fill in your Perfect Partners form so they can team you up with the perfect horse for you. And so as the day begins to draw to an end here at Bransby and the horses start to receive their evening hay just like mine do at home, I want to let you guys know just some of the ways you can help Bransby Horses continue their amazing work in helping equines. Because we all know this year has been tough for everyone, but for these guys it has been especially hard. Due to the pandemic and lockdown since March, Bransby Horses are now down a whopping £500,000, so fundraising is really vital right now. Okay guys, so I'm here with Chilli, who's the fundraising manager, and she's going to give us a bit more information about the fundraising at Bransby and everything that goes on and why they need your support.
Obviously, as you can imagine, we have to raise a lot of money to keep this place going. Feeding, shoeing, medication is all a huge amount of outgoing, so any support that we can get from people is just phenomenal to keep it all going. As you probably know, you can sponsor a horse, which is a great way of staying involved with the charity and hearing about some of the horses on site.
So guys, this is Pecan, and as you can see, he's so cute. You can actually sponsor horses here at Bransby, and he is one of the sponsor stars. I think he knows it. So Pecan came in when he was only a month old, and he actually came in with his mum and his dad. So dad is over here. He's actually only got one eye at the moment. He's just had that removed, but as you can see, he's doing really well. But back to this little cutie. So you can actually sponsor him, to help care for him, and all the money goes towards Bransby and, feeding, looking after the horses, all of the veterinary bills and everything like that. We all know how expensive horses can be. So So this little cutie, if you're interested, you can check out the website, or you can come and visit and actually see him and fill in a form to sponsor him, or you can even just give them a ring. But all the money, as I say, goes towards caring for these amazing little animals, so be sure to check it out. So this is Dad, and he actually still lives with his dad now that he's been a bit older and no longer needs to be with his mum. No. It's like a little guide horse for his dad now, he's only got one eye.
And also just even doing fundraising events for us would be fantastic, whether it's local things with your own horses, if you did like gymkhanas at your riding stables, livery yards, that would be fantastic. We've had a couple of riding schools do something similar. Just involved in any way that you can do some fundraising, and just spreading the awareness that we need that help as well, because without people donating to us we can't keep going. If you want to find out more about what we do here and some of the rescues that have taken place, obviously we've been running for over 50 years, visit our Facebook page, our Instagram, or onto our website. And also something fantastic for this time of year is we've just launched our Pudding Christmas book, which is all about Pudding's Christmas Miracle, which is a really fun educational book, which is brilliant, and we all love it, and we've all been involved in writing it, and it's a great little stocking filler, so have a look.
And don't forget guys, it's not just online that you can show your support, you can actually come and meet a lot of the horses here at Bransby Horse Visitor Centre in Lincoln. It's free to walk through the door, all they ask for is a donation of your choice. So due to COVID-19, the Bransby site is open to the public with reduced opening hours, so it's open 5 days a week from Wednesday to Sunday, and this is 10 AM to 4 PM. So you have until Christmas Eve to visit the sanctuary. They will be closing from Christmas Day for the Christmas period, but once they are due to reopen, it will be advertised on their Facebook and of course on the website. And if you are able to visit the site, you can purchase some gifts in the gorgeous gift shop. It's so festive at the moment, or you can even buy some bargains in the donated gifts and tack shop. I particularly loved it in there, especially if you're just starting out. There is so much to buy. It's full of second-hand saddles, bridles. We all love matchy-matchy. There's many head collars and saddle pads and bandages and things like that in there, all looking for their next home. So as well as that, you can grab something in their award-winning cafe. I definitely recommend the hot chocolate. And of course, see loads of cute horses, ponies, donkeys and mules. So I'd really like just to say an absolutely humongous thank you to all the team I met during my visit, and those I didn't, as there are actually more than 160 people working for the charity across the 2 sites in Lincolnshire. And I have to say, the team are so hardworking, lovely, and beyond all dedicated to improving the welfare and prospects of the horses no matter what. The time, effort, and just everything they put in is absolutely astounding. You're all amazing, and I felt so privileged to be invited to be part of your day. So thank you so much. For everyone watching, please share this video. Let's help raise awareness of such fantastic work that's been done at Bransby Horses. All of the profits from this video are going straight back there. I'll be making a donation as soon as I can to them. So yeah, just a massive thank you. I was completely humbled and amazed by the time I got home. I was absolutely speechless. I thought having 7 horses was hard work, never mind over 320 at one place. So it's really, really is incredible, guys, and the journey that the horses go on there. So please do support them in any way you can. So guys, that has been my amazing day at Bransby. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to check out all of their links below. All money raised from this video is going back to them. So watch it a few more times and we'll raise some more money for this amazing cause. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a great time. Don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on that bell icon so you get a notification every single time I post, and I'll see you all soon. Have a great Christmas. Bye guys.